Hello and welcome to the Evercade Retreat. Gene Joke here, and I'm sharing my thoughts on the latest firmware update for the Evercade and the things involved. Also, there's another bit of news which I'm going to cover first. Crazy Burger put out a video earlier today which I recommend checking out. A link will be in the description below. He mentioned about a partnership between Blaze and PlayOn, and I believe this could be the distribution company that's going to be helping out or dealing with the mouse distribution for the United States and other countries. There have been some issues and concerns around that recently, so hopefully that's an encouraging sign in that respect. Just, I suppose, watch this space for official announcements from Blaze, but check out Crazy Burger's video for more information. But as for the main news, the latest firmware updates the highlight of the month, taking away that Zool thing and replacing it with Old Towers, a game from Mega Cat Collection 1, and I would say is probably the second best game on that collection. So it's a good highlight of the month this month, but I'll come back to that. The other news is mouse support. Naturally, this only applies to the Evercade VS, VSR and the Evercade Alpha. Good luck trying to plug a mouse into a Super Pocket or an EXP. This mouse support has been added for specific games: Z from the Bitmap Brothers Collection 2, the Broken Sword games, Future Wars and Operation Stealth from Delphine Collection, and Arcade Pool from the Team 17 Collection. They have also added experimental use of the mouse to mimic paddle controls for some 2600 games, including Night Driver, Steeplechase, Demons Diamonds and Street Racer. To use a mouse in a game, keep your controller plugged into port 1 and have your mouse plugged into port 2 or 3 or 4 and use it. There are some options there. Again, just go and have a look. You don't need me to tell you everything, and it's in the Evercade blog as well. So, highlight of the month. As I mentioned, it is Old Towers from the Mega Cat Collection 1. This is a Mega Drive port of a game that originally came out on the ZX Spectrum by Retro Souls called Old Tower. Or maybe it's a sort of sequel, I don't know. But yeah, they made it colourful, improved the music, or maybe added music. I'd never played the Spectrum version. It was an aftermarket Spectrum game I never played, but I have seen it. Go me. Actually, I think a lot of the Retro Souls games are also or originated on the Spectrum, as did Dev Will 2 from Mega Cat Collection 2. And speaking of Mega Cat Collection 1 and Mega Cat Collection 2, I think it would be reasonable to assume that this game being part of Highlight of the Month indicates that Mega Cat Collection 3 is indeed coming this year and will probably be announced fairly soon. The reason I say this is Data East Arcade 2 came out, and we also had Midnight Resistance from Data East Collection 1. We had Zool from Gremlin Collection 1 as Highlight of the Month, and what do you know, there is Gremlin Collection 2 announced. Seeing a pattern? I mean, that's just speculation on my part, but the pattern does appear to be emerging, so it'll be interesting to see if this pans out. I really hope it does. I did a video not long ago, again, link in the description, saying about future indie carts that could come out, and Mega Cat was a big part of that. Anyway, Old Towers itself, it's a sort of action puzzle game where you have to navigate towers and get your characters out of it. Essentially, it's just get to the exit, collect coins. You push a direction and you'll zoom in that direction until you hit a wall. There are, of course, lots of hazards and obstacles. For a puzzle game, the gameplay is actually quite fast and frantic. It's very satisfying getting through levels as quickly as you can. It also has some absolutely bopping tunes, although they're very familiar, popcorn and what have you. While the graphics aren't amazing, they are perfectly functional and it looks nice enough. It looks cute and it suits the kind of game it is. This was an early favourite of mine on the Evercade because it is on one of the first collections I bought, so for anyone who doesn't already have the Mega Cat Collection 1, I think they're in for a treat with this one, unless you hate puzzle games, I guess. Okay, so I recorded that bit first and now I'm doing this bit. I have now tried the mouse support. Initially I found it quite, a bit oversensitive. It could be a combination of my mouse and the thing. Anyway, I had to go in, I had to slow down the mouse speed to make it more manageable. To do that, go into settings and game, and your mouse speed function is there. I briefly tried using a mouse on Demons and Diamonds, but as before I'd adjusted the speed, I found it a little bit oversensitive, but I can see the potential there for working on these games. I'll have to dive deeper into all this, but it seemed to work quite well for Operation Stealth, and I expect it will for others, but like around trying them. I did try Worms Director's Cut, which you get when you plug in Team 17 in the Worms collection, and sadly that doesn't support the mouse, at least not yet. On the Discord, Ryan from Laser said that they will be adding more games for support if relevant, and he also suggested that other similar things might be coming along, so it could be interesting to see what other things they add. Maybe spinner, trackball or keyboard support, I don't know. The secret game, if you plug in, I think it's Gelco and Pico 1 or whatever, Bang, that would definitely benefit from a mouse. I wonder if Alien Brigade would too. I mean, any shooting type game where using a crosshair would definitely benefit from using a mouse, so hopefully that will come further down the line. So all in all, I think it's a good update that we've got and some interesting things happening. I think it all bodes well that they are actively working on things, and this play on thing, again, whatever it exactly means I don't know, but it all bodes well I think for dealing with the current situation, whether it's with tariffs and distribution overseas, and I imagine official word on that will be coming before long anyway, hopefully alongside the announcement of Mega Cat Collection 3. Anyway, that's it for this short video. Hope you found something here entertaining or insightful. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.